Rock the vote, don't rock the vote, baby. Rock the vote, don't tip the vote over. Rock the vote, don't rock the vote, baby. Rock the vote. Okay, we have to vote today. One moment, please. Oh, man. Before I talk about the fact that today is election day, man, am I glad to be home. Holy cow, yesterday was an adventure and a half. So much so I completely forgot to make my pick last night. I was going to pick the Ravens anyway, so. Yeah, the Ravens won. Shocker. Yeah. Needless to say, my low is I didn't get home here until after 10 o'clock last night. Can you believe that? And just the fact we took all day to get home. Like, that was my low. Although, I actually saw another movie yesterday on the flight home. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But, my high is obviously the fact I made it home nice and safe. And, my act of kindness was actually dedicating yesterday's video to my twin nephews and my cousin and new cousin-in-law, which is awesome. Speaking of my cousin, she actually texted me saying thanks for, coming and everything, and, that was awesome. And I'm like, I really should be thanking you for inviting me to be a part of your special day. So, yeah. I mean, really seeing it's really my family on my mom's side that I really get to see. And I will admit, not on camera, sometimes in the past, I have kind of mentioned how annoying they can be. But at the end of the day, seeing them really is a real treat. Seriously, there have been times where, I'm ready to, tell them off. I just can't seem to do that because I wind up having a good time with them anyway, It's weird. They put a spell on me or something. I don't know. But, this past weekend, it was busy. But at the end of the day, my cousin got married, and that really is, that's what was most important. Although, right after that, my twin nephews turned 3 yesterday, and as a surprise, I got to see him. Got to see him on their birthday. I have now been there for 3 of their birthdays. Hooray. So, I was born, the day they were born, and all 3 of their birthdays. So, there you go. Speaking of when they were born, that will be part of what I say come December. So, look forward to that. So, happy Tuesday, everyone. I mentioned how yesterday I saw a movie, and I want to make one thing clear. If there's one genre I don't really care for watching very much, it's horror. I've never really been a horror movie guy. Partly because, I don't like being scared. I don't like, scary stuff happening. And if the movie's been spoiled in which, it's a sad ending or a bad ending, of course I don't want to see it. And don't misunderstand me, there are some horror movies that I've seen that I liked. Ghostbusters is considered a horror movie. And Ghostbusters 2. Let's see, another horror movie. You can make a small case for Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's got horror in it. That works. But for the most part, straight up scary horror, that isn't my thing. Although one horror movie I did see recently, Wendell and Wild, which I did do a movies on. Obviously, Wendell and Wild are played by Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele, respectively. And I mentioned in that video how Jordan Peele has become a a master of horror in his own right. Earlier this weekend, I actually saw an interview that Jordan Peele had for when he directed Nope. And because Nope was actually one of the options we could watch on our way to Houston, but I saw Spider-Man No Way Home, as you remember. So I'm watching this interview that Jordan Peele is having for when he directed Nope. And he even said that horror really isn't for everyone, for pretty much the reasons I just said earlier. Nope was written and directed in a style with which Jordan Peele acknowledges that not everyone likes horror. But you should still see the movie anyway, because by the end of the movie, you're going to be like, okay, Jordan Peele, you had my back. Okay, I trust you. And that's exactly what happened here. On the flight from Houston to Atlanta, because that's where our first stop was, in Atlanta, I saw Nope. Well, half of Nope. I was so tired and sleepy, I slept, and then on the flight from Atlanta to Rochester, I watched the rest of it. And, okay, Jordan Peele, I see you. I see what you did there. Okay. So, I saw Nope. Isn't that cool? So, if you don't know what Nope is about, it's these two ranchers, played by Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer, their brother and sister, and weird stuff is happening around their farm. Specifically, like, weird phenomena going on. And it turns out they're in the presence of aliens, like a UFO. And this flying saucer looking thing is hidden inside a cloud that never moves. So it's clear that that's where it is. And here's where things get funny. And I think this is how Jordan Peele, I heard that Get Out also some really funny stuff too. I never saw Get Out. I've seen bits and pieces of Us. Actually, no, I did see like the very end of Get Out, I guess. Spoiler alert, he got out. Anyway, I love that movie. That movie also starred Daniel Kaluuya. I'm sorry, that was on my eye. There we go. Let's see, where was I? Right, I'm talking about Nope. See, I think Jordan Peele's style, and I could be wrong about this, and keep in mind, if Jordan Peele, if by a very slim chance you're watching this, I really do have respect for you, especially considering that I never gave you and Keegan-Michael Key a chance back when your show was on. I'm very sorry about that. I could not see the forest for the trees back then. And now that Key and Peele is on Netflix, I'm going to try and watch that whole series if I can, because I really should. I owe it to myself to be able to do that, Anyway, where was I? Right, I'm talking about Nope. I think Jordan Peele's style, and again, I could be wrong about this, he likes to juxtapose the horror with comedy. What I mean by that is, obviously, the alien flying around and eating everything that looks at it and stuff like that in gross, horrifying ways and scary, obviously. That's obviously horror. But he wants to juxtapose that with comedy. And, let's be real here. Keke Palmer definitely steals every scene she's in when it comes to making herself a rather big presence on screen. Actually, both Dan Kaluuya is clearly the calm, collected guy who, he knows he has to do all this crazy stuff too, but he's gonna maintain a straight face about it. Keke Palmer is pretty much everybody else who would be in the situation too. The energetic, sort of okay, let's go, let's get this done, we got this, like that sort of mentality. And I really do feel they both play off of each other very well. But the comedy comes in with the fact that, and this is a legit play on, real life too. And that's the fact that, if you look up online, the internet, YouTube, all that stuff, you're going to find hundreds, if not thousands, of videos claiming they saw like a UFO in the sky. Like, we're not alone, conspiracy theories, all that stuff. Nope legit makes fun of that because you have all this horrifying, crazy stuff going on around them. Meanwhile, Kiki Palmer and Dan Kaluuya and I think this one helping this one tech guy, I forget his name, but they're trying to get what's called the impossible shot. Basically, they're trying to get some photographs of this alien existing. At the end of the movie, they actually do that in a really great way. And if I have one favorite scene, and I will admit, they do a fake out death, but a good fake out death. Like, it's implied that Daniel Kaluuya's character dies on the horse Trigger, because he's riding a horse, but he doesn't. And like, Kiki Palmer is the one who winds up destroying the alien by like having to eat a giant balloon, and then the alien exploded. But she was able to get the shot before that, so that was really cool. And the finale takes place at this one like tourist ranch looking place, like music's playing everywhere, and there's tourist attractions and stuff. And Kiki Palmer uses the giant camera from the well to get the shot. And as the dust is clearing from everything that happened, you hear like this awesome Western music, and Daniel Kaluuya is alive, and he's on the horse. I'm like, okay, Jordan Peele, you got me. You did. You totally did. Although there's one thing that, normally I wouldn't bring up something like this, but I guess it is kind of true. Because there's a sort of subplot of Steven Yeun's character, who used to be on a show that involved like a monkey going crazy. They could have left that part out. I don't think it really would have changed much about the movie. At least I don't think so. But everything else about this movie, like, okay. After seeing this movie, before I saw this movie, if you would have asked me if you want to watch a horror film, if I want to watch a horror film, I would have said nope. Now, if you were to ask, do you want to not watch a horror film, I would say nope. So, thank you, Jordan Peele. You have become a master of horror in your own right. I acknowledged that earlier for once in a while, but now it's like, okay. Trust me, believe me, I'm kicking myself for not seeing The Forest for the Trees back when you and Keegan-Michael Key had your show on Comedy Central. And, I can quickly go over why I never saw it. It was because I personally didn't want to give it a chance because, I grew up in the 90s. We had the Chappelle Show. That was awesome. And the fact you got like two guys trying to recreate what Dave Chappelle was doing, no. But that's not what they were doing. They did their own thing, and it worked. That's why they're as popular as they are. So, eventually, I'm going to try and watch all of Key and Peele on Netflix, because it's on Netflix right now. So, we'll see. We'll see if I can, what I think about it overall when that time comes. So the only thing I have left to talk about is this week's guest on Hot Ones, who... Okay, so before Instagram reveals on First Week Feast's Instagram page who the Hot Ones guest is, there's usually a hint to see if we can guess who it is. Unfortunately, the hint is so incredibly vague, you really don't know who it is. But this was different because the hint for this one is I'm probably the least prepared, I think he said most least prepared guest in Hot Ones history. And it's James Corden. James Corden is going to be on this week's episode of Hot Ones. You know, I kind of half expected he was going to be on there eventually. I mean, again, after David Blaine, you never know who's going to be on there. Like, anyone is fair game. So the fact you got James Corden, who even said himself he's like the least prepared Hot Ones guest in history, I believe it. So with that out of the way, I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. I like James Corden. I do. He's a good guy. I mean, he's not really in what you can say like the greatest of movies, but his personality on his talk show, he's pretty fun. And he's also become like the spokesperson of Weight Watchers. So that's really cool. Yeah. I can't wait to see this week's episode. So, all in all, I had a wonderful weekend. It's great to be home. I'm going to go vote now. Watch Nope if you haven't already. And, yeah. I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very humbled to make this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy for today. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk to me, I'm always going to hear to London, and I'll always hear back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.
Oh, why didn't it turn off? Here we go.